Okay, so we are addressing this issue again of slave cemetery discovered in South Carolina, and this man has expressed that what he is doing is they have placed markers so that you can see the markers right now, but if they go underwater, or he said in 100 years, and someone's using a metal detector, that they can actually find where the cemetery is located if the markers disappear. And so he has marked them all out. That's what he's showing right there. Now I want to raise another issue. What I did was typed in Mason-Dixon line in the United States. And so I'm assuming that when the slave ships came over, that the white slave ships just went up here to Maine, and then the black slave ships all just went down here to the south, and that the black folks stayed down here, and the white folks just stayed up here. I'm guessing that's how it happened. But it sounds like such a ridiculous statement, doesn't it? Now, what I was wondering is how in the world do you account for the slaves, the slaves who are buried off the coast of any coastal area? And I'm going to use Georgia because it's a hotbed for slavery, apparently. The coast of Georgia is roughly 110 miles. It includes 15 barrier islands along the Atlantic Ocean. We're going to look at some of these islands. The history of Georgia's sea islands include native inhabitation, Spanish occupation, the development of sea cotton, the Gullah history. All along the Atlantic coast and Gulf of Mexico coasts of the eastern USA, from New York to Texas, there are sandy islands close to the shore. From north to south along Georgia's 100-mile long coast, the barrier islands are Tybee Island, Little Tybee, Wausau, Ossabaw, St. Catharines, Blackbeard, Sapelo, Wolf, Little St. Simon's, Seed, Jekyll, Little Cumberland, and Cumberland. Sounds like most of these islands, you can see them right here, are managed by the state. So a lot of these islands are swamp. They have no tide. They are underwater. I was looking for that map here. Okay, there it is. This is what I wanted to look a little bit at. It was this little map. So for people who are always arguing about where people are buried at, now how do you find your ancestors from 400 years ago? So for example, the barrier islands seem to be kind of a natural occurrence that happens with the ocean. But what about the relatives that are like out here? They're already way hundreds of 20 to hundreds of feet underwater. Are you going to go scuba diving?